Okay, connecting now. Should be connecting. Connected. Yes, I think so. Hang on. Let's make sure all the gadgets are in the right place. I think so. Hello, beautiful people. It's Bonnie Gillespie on a rainy Sunday at the beach. Today is May 19th. Rainy Sunday. It's noon, and I am broadcasting for SMF May. The month of May, we are celebrating 20 years of self-management for actors goodness from me, Bonnie Gillespie. And today is broadcast day number, what is today? 14 of 20. And I have my bone broth. I'm not a coffee drinker, nor tea. I'll occasionally have a tea, like maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Good morning, Patricia. Good to see you reporting in at YouTube. Randall is saying hello from Periscope, and April is saying hi on Facebook. So we are all present and accounted for. Looks like Instagram is up and running today. Yesterday was Glitchy Town with Instagram, but that's okay. That Instagram thing's behind the scenes, so it's bonus. It's extra. We did not plan for that. So today we are going to rock the meeting. Today we are going to celebrate the fact that all your targeting and all your clarity about who you are in the mind of the buyer has not magically, we did it. We did the work. It ain't magic. It's a little bit of magic, but it's not magic. It's like we did the work. We did the research. We connected with the buyers. We showed them that we are money in the bank. And now an agent or manager has agreed to take a meeting because, of course, they see the potential for printing money together. Hooray! We did the work. We taught them. We are a good risk. We are a good investment. So now we're going to have a meeting. And people in the comments, I'm going to need your help. Because here's what I'm betting. I'm betting that over the course of this broadcast, because, we'll go about a half hour. I'm going to try to keep it tight to that half hour today. We'll see. I usually go over, but I'll try to keep it to the half hour. Somebody gonna come on who's never seen me before, who does not know what self-management for actors is. They don't have the book. Maybe they don't have Google. They've never asked an acting question of the internet and landed on self-management for actors. That would be weird, but it's possible. It happens. There are people who have no idea what self-management for actors is. They don't know what we're talking about when I say True North, video 1. Or when I talk about targeting, which videos were those? Because it was a 2-parter. 7 and 8. They don't know anything about their bullseye. That was 3. They don't know about the whole rep targeting process, which, of course, was day 9 here, but there's a whole masterclass out there free on the internet, how to get an agent. They got none of that figured out. They got none of that work behind them. They're going to show up to this video, and they're going to hear me talking about how to rock the meeting. I'm going to be talking about things. Yeah, they just came out of a fallout shelter, Melissa says. Right. Yes, exactly. For some reason, they haven't been a part of this whole party. And they're going to come into the comments hearing me talking about what to do in the meeting. And they're going to say, ready? How do I get the meeting? So people in the comments, here's what I need. When all those lovely people ask, how do I get the meeting? Please instruct them to go back or encourage them. Don't instruct. People don't like to be instructed. Encourage them. Welcome them to check out all the videos in this free frickin' series. And then they will have done the work. Hopefully they do the work. Don't just consume the info. Like every one of my broadcasts includes homework. Go do that homework. And then come back to this when you get the meeting so that you can rock the meeting. Okay. Because this isn't about how to get the meeting. We've already been covering how to get the meeting with all the work we've been doing up till day 14. And the reason I'm going like hard on my bone broth is because this gets cold really fast. And as soon as it's cold, y'all remember from the other day when I had some cold bone broth? No. It's no good cold. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for encouraging people to read the book. Read the book. Read the book. Go to, in fact, read the book. Go to smfa4.com. Right there on the screen. smfa, the number 4.com. That will take you to all the places you can purchase the book. You could purchase it used at eBay if you want to. I just don't get any of that money. But if you get it through Amazon, Barnes and Noble, at a store, like an actual old school brick and mortar store, you can buy it. And of course, the audiobook is also available at smfa4.com. If you're like, I like it when Bonnie talks to me, great. I'm going to talk to you for 17 and a half hours. Get the audiobook. All right, cool. So enough of that. Here we go. Here are my top tips on my Post-it. Wait. Why, yes, I am overqualified. My adorable Post-it. On how to rock the meeting. Because you got the meeting, the first step is to relax about the meeting. You want to relax about this meeting that you got, because the very, very, very important thing to remember about this meeting that you got is you got it. You've been invited in. I find it fascinating how creatives get the meeting that they've been working toward. Like, you've put in all the work, you've done the research, you laid out the strategy for how to intersect with this other human being. You noticed, absolutely, I am going to look like money in the bank to them when they see this, this, and this in my marketing materials. So you did this, this, and this. You got your referral, you got that introduction, you planted all those seeds, the breadcrumbs were sprinkled down the path, they followed the path, and then you get the meeting and then you freak the fuck out. So don't do that. You got the meeting. It worked. Yay! Celebrate that you got the meeting and relax about it, because they want you there. This is true for auditions too, y'all. If you get invited in, we want to share this time with you. You're not bugging us. And any agent or manager or casting director or director or producer or showrunner or human who makes you feel like you're bugging them when you're at the meeting that y'all agreed to have, this tells you one thing. My filter is working. This is a sign that this is not the person for me. And that goes in every relationship in every life. If somebody's making you feel like shit for the meeting that they agreed to have with you, goodbye. You do not need that energy in your life. It's not going to make money. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help them. Move on. Okay. But we're not going to have that kind of meeting because, of course, all the work that we've put in up to this point is so that we can have this fantastic meeting with this fantastic human. Oh, yeah, Stephanie's like, hello, mindset shift. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Because the meeting is not this high pressure, oh my God, what are they going to think of me moment if you've done all the self-management for actors work to get that meeting. That's the whole reason that this work is intertwined. It's why every one of these videos relies on something in other videos. The self-management for actors methods are not, here's one dumb thing you can do and it's going to make a difference. It's all the things you can do that when done, suddenly make magic happen. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's a little bit of magic. It's not magic. So you're in the room. You got the meeting. There's no, now I got to impress the hell out of this person. There's no, oh shit, this is where it gets hard. What do I say? How do I defend against this situation or that situation? No. So if number one is relax, number two is the prep. You did the prep to get the meeting. This isn't like when people say, oh, I need an agent, get me a referral. They're doing it wrong. If instead it's all my research shows this agent needs me on their roster because they have relationships in casting offices where my type, my brand, my tier, my talent gets cast every day. That casting director calls that agent with a problem every day, and I'm a solution to that problem. This agent needs me on their roster because they see I solve a problem that their buyer has every day. Then all you're doing is showing up and confirming that what you taught them in the materials that got you the meeting is true. You're confirming that everything they're suspecting about you is true. So the reason for meeting in person is the same reason we do it in an audition. Of course, in auditions, you could book it just off your credit, just off your credits, plural, just off your materials, just off your headshot, your resume, your footage, your self-taped audition. Of course you could book off all that, and sometimes you do on smaller roles. But the getting in the room is to make sure you're not crazy. Because I don't know what you know about artists and creatives and people in the world. Some of them cray. And because some people are crazy, we got to meet with people in person to make sure we're not putting poison on a set. We take a meeting with you to make sure that our gut is right. We take a meeting with you to make sure that you give good room. I want to know, do you give good room? Because if I'm an agent and I'm going to sign you, then I'm going to send you in to casting offices all the time. And you got to make me not look like an idiot. You got to make me look brilliant. So how do you make me look brilliant? I confirm that when you come in the room and meet with me, again, this is me being an agent, which I'm not. You come in and meet with me as an agent, and I see how you do. Do you give good room? Are you a professional? Are you on time? Are you early? Are you prepared? Do you have your Agent Wow kit? If you don't know what an Agent Wow kit is, Google it. I think my team is here in the Facebook comments. So if someone could drop a link to the Agent Wow kit article from my blog, that would be fantastic. But if you don't have to have an Agent Wow kit. And I think I even say in the article, it's a totally optional thing to have. When I was an actor, I had a version of the Agent Wow kit that was very minor. But, you know, this was early 90s in LA. And it was a just a little notebook, a little folder, a little slide your papers in folder. And I had extra headshots beyond the one that I had sent in to get the meeting. A more extensive version of my resume that wouldn't fit just all on one sheet. This is where you list off all those credits that you had to kill off when we did some resume feng shui, so that you do have those talking points and can easily have a conversation about all the things you've done, not just what's on your resume. This is also where you have a list of everybody that you've ever worked with, ever met with, ever connected with, ever done business with, ever trained from. Like, this is a great place to have a list of your commercial conflicts. This is a great way to have all the tools ready so that if you are asked about them in the meeting, you pull out your Agent Wow kit and have that information available to reference. This is also the Agent Wow kit where you put your reviews. If you've got little blurbs on your website of like lines from times you've been reviewed, go through and use the full reviews in the Agent Wow kit if they're good. If they're not good, just keep it to the blurb. There was a play I was in, oh dear God, when was this? Late 90s? So right before I stopped being an actor, I was in a play in NoHo, in the NoHo Theater District. Wow, what was the theater company? I can't even remember now. It was I was on a guest artist equity contract as a non-equity member at the time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever the theater was, it's escaping me right now. But I was in this play, and boy, did some reviewers not like it. But they liked me. So there was this great line in one of the reviews, Bonnie Gillespie is excellent. Those 4 words in a row, boom. Bonnie Gillespie is excellent. Like, okay, that was all over my website. It was also on my resume. Like, I actually put that on my resume. LA Weekly, you know, like, cause come on, like, that's too good. You can't ask for a better 4-word review, right? I mean, maybe, I don't know, but that was pretty good. I was very happy with that. But I wouldn't include the entire printout of the review of the play in my Agent Wow kit because they otherwise said not great things about it. And I'm like, I don't need to draw attention to the fact that maybe my picker isn't so good. That of course I was great in this thing that maybe wasn't so good. So be smart about how you use your reviews. They are a part of your marketing materials. So really think through how they're going to land. Also in the Agent Wow kit back in the day would have been a VHS cassette of your demo reel, then a DVD, then a thumb drive. Now people usually are handing all that stuff over via links sent in emails, so maybe you don't need so much of that in an Agent Wow kit. But anyway, the article's there, and Erin has shared it here in the comments at Facebook. So if you're watching anywhere else, go over to the Facebook replay to grab that link to learn more about that. But because your prep we're on item 2 here for your rocking the meeting. Because your prep has already included knowing the point of intersection between you and this agent, because that's part of why you decided to submit to this agent or manager, is that the research showed you are fated lovers. You are meant to connect. There is no question that this person has access to the casting offices that you need to be in on the regular, and you two connecting is a great way for everybody to make some money. So it's not about justifying or explaining anything. It's about reinforcing that information that led to even this meeting getting set up is correct. It's just confirming that, yes, this is good. We're go for takeoff. And then it's about making sure that any questions the agent has about your materials or gaps in your resume, like where were you for all these years that you weren't amassing credits, and you're able to explain those. Your spin is in check. You're able to talk about omissions. You're able to explain and not defend, but explain why there's something on your resume that's not on IMDb. If you've not listened to me and decided when you did the resume feng shui, you're, damn it, I'm keeping that credit, even though I was edited out and I'm on the cutting room floor and like all you could see is my elbow next to Robert De Niro. I'm fucking keeping that credit on my resume. I mean, if you really aren't listening to Auntie Bonnie and you're going to do that, then just this is the moment where you got to be prepared to explain that to this agent who's going to want to understand why in your recipe here, your resume, are you including shit that don't make you look good. You got to be able to explain your thinking and keeping that on there. And then when your agent, your hell yes rep, because if you targeted right, and this is a hell yes rep, you're sitting that meeting knowing before you walk in the door whether you're going to say yes or not, should they want to rep you. You have to know that before you go in. And if a hell yes rep is going to offer you representation and you've already decided this is going to be a yes, if this person says, I'm ready to sign you, I'll take you on, even if I'm not going to sign you, I'll take you on hip pocket style or freelance style for a certain number of months and just see how we do during the season or whatever. You've already decided that's a yes. Then whatever that agent or manager says she needs in order to get the job done, you supply her with that. So this is where the actor busy work stuff really gets interesting, because y'all know I think there's a whole lot of nonsense that actors throw money at, or projects that actors do, or things y'all get obsessed with that are so completely optional and really have nothing to do with the big picture of how you're cast or how you're seen by the buyers. And this is stuff like buying social media following or following a formula, hitting all the workshops when these are not people who would ever cast you. So you're just really wasting money to get in front of, yes, buyers, but not your buyers. So it's kind of like, why would you do that? Sort of like being straight and going out on dates with a bunch of gay people. Like, what you're straight, they're gay. Like that, why? But people do that. They're like, oh, I went to all the workshops. I met this many casting directors. And it's like, and exactly 2 of those ever cast anything that you're right for. What a colossal waste of money and time and energy and dream points. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, the actor busy work, slate shots, all of it. Just busy, 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 busy work. This, however, is where if you signed with a hell yes rep, and that agent says, I require all my clients have slate shots, go get your slate shot, because your agent requires it. If your agent requires 10 headshots, if that's a hell yes rep, 10 headshots. I'm going to tell you it's a really bad idea. I'm going to tell you it waters down your brand. I'm going to tell you that on the casting side of things, you're making it look like you're desperate and want to play all the parts, and that's not good. It's not a good look. But if you've decided this is a hell yes rep and you trust her with your next tier jump, you got to give her the tools she says she needs. So you can't fight against what you're being told a hell yes rep needs, but that's why it's so important to be sure it's a hell yes rep before you even try to get the meeting. Why would you try to get the meeting with someone that you wouldn't say yes to if they wanted to rep you? So all of that is part of the prep. We're going to do brand prov tomorrow. So brand prov is definitely a part of, did I say tomorrow? I lied to you. I just flat out lied to you. Tuesday. We're doing brand prov Tuesday. So brand prov, if you're like, I'm worried about the actual part where I'm in the room and they say, so tell me about yourself. I got you covered. We're going to take care of that on Tuesday. So make sure that you're back here with me for that broadcast. And we will get into that faux show. So if number 1 is relax, number 2 is prep, which has been going on long before you walk in for this meeting. Number 3 for rocking this meeting is being long-term focused. Don't be results oriented. Same for auditions. You don't walk in there going, God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. You don't. I mean, you may have that hope going. You may have that song playing. But what you're actually doing is investing in a relationship with someone you know you're going to do business with long haul. If you took a look at this agent's roster, their client base, their reach, their relationships, their web of trust, and determined this is somebody that I want to put my stuff in front of, and this is a meeting that I want to take, you know you want to do business with this person. You know that this is someone you're interested in and someone who's probably going to be interested in you, or else they wouldn't have asked for the meeting. Yes, even if there's a referral. Because I've had people who've been brought to me on referral that I'm like, I got nothing I can cast them in right now. So a no off a referral is possible. Because why would we sit down and do a general if I'm not casting anything that I could ever put you in right now? Like, let's meet in 6 months, like when I actually have something coming up that would be right for you. So the referral doesn't expire. That's important to note. Because it's a relationship business for the long haul. And you remember from video 1, day 1 of this free training. Let me put the link on here and y'all pop in any questions that you've got as we're wrapping up. And I'm loving that I'm actually going to be able to keep this to 30 minutes today. So good. All right. BonnieGillespie.com/20. Link in bio at Instagram. Link in bio. Link in bio. BonnieGillespie.com/20. From there, your playlist for all these 20 days is linked, as well as your ability to sign up for updates when we go live and when the replays are available, and also a link to the scholarship contest is in here because we are offering scholarships, plural, to the 100-day program live round, which starts this summer. In fact, May 31st, right around the corner, is your deadline to enroll, and I really encourage you to enroll now so we can go ahead and get you the welcome kit and get you the information on how to start strong. There's some pre-day 1 homework that we want you jamming on so that when day 1 hits on June 1st, you're good to go. And if you're like, yeah, but I'm holding out for that scholarship, cool. Enroll now. Win the scholarship. You have options. We'll either kick you back a refund or give you a free coaching hour with me, which is a $500 value. So for fuck's sake, win-win. True North. Number 1, day 1 of this free training. Go back and watch it. Your true north is sitting up here. You are sitting here. You know that this agent is on this path because your research pans that out. So even if, as a result of this one meeting today, you don't end up signing with this agent, it's not like suddenly this person left your path and is dead to you. Don't operate like that. This person, whether they sign you today or are just your fan for now, or is someone that you come back and target later because maybe in that meeting they give you a stopper. They can't sign you right now because there's someone on the roster who's just like you. That's a really good stopper because you can actually go and look at IMDb and see if it's true. And then you can also keep an eye on that person as a pace car and watch what it is that they are doing and see what their tools look like and what experiences they're having in their training and in their credits that allow you to understand why they are farther along than you are. And this is not so you get into comparisonitis and then beat yourself up for what you don't have and what they have and all the advantages that you never had access to or whatever. Like, please do not use any of the self-management for actors tools to beat yourself up. Don't use anything to beat yourself up. Like, seriously, that's just, life's too short. Don't do that shit. There's already enough hardship that comes at you from outside. Please don't let any of it come from inside the house. All right. But if you are looking at your true north and you're sitting here and these are people that are on your path to where you're headed as a storyteller, then your sitting down for this meeting is just an investment in a relationship that is not going to go away. And even if it's not an active relationship right here, right now, it doesn't mean that it's lost value. I just, the other day, Friday, had lunch with a publicist that I first met 19 years ago. We met on my birthday, July 2000. So almost 19 years ago, we met for the first time. And we just had lunch. I have probably been responsible for, I don't know, tens of thousands, if not six figures, in client money for her, because I refer actors and writers and directors and producers and agents and fellow casting directors and authors to her when they need a publicist, because she's gonna be my publicist when I need a publicist. She's phenomenal. And when we met 19 years ago, we were both like, oh, I'm keeping you. I like you. You're in my life. I'll put you in my pocket. We have people like that. We can't look at, what are you going to do for me today? What's the benefit to that for me today? I mean, you can. You can, but that's really short-sighted. If instead it's, we're going to be at this forever, and we're going to hang out. We're going to connect. We're going to work together. We're going to have intersection. Nothing wrong with that. That long haul focus is going to save you. So your 3 steps for rocking the meeting, right? You got it? Relax. They invited you in. Prep. This is rehearse your talking points. All the prep you did to get this meeting now really pays off because you know what to say. Practice your brand prov. We're going to work on that in the next episode. You're doing a lot of prep for how to field the questions you hope they don't ask. Make sure your spin is good. And also prepare for all the questions that you expect they'll ask. And be ready with questions that you want to ask them. Not because some jackass told you to ask dumb questions, but because you are actually curious about how things work in this office. Or what happens if, and this is a great question to get answered up front while you're in that first meeting. What happens if you leave the agency in years and am I in contract with you or the agency? If you leave, do I go with you or do I stay here? Because if the answer is you stay at that agency, you need to get to know people beyond that one agent. Because if she's the only one who's into you and she leaves, then it's like you're unrepped when she leaves, but you're stuck in a contract at an agency where nobody knows how to submit you or pitch you or take you to the next tier. So this is important to know. And if it means when that agent leaves, you go with them, that's important because you may then land at an agency that you're like, I didn't target this agency, but that person gets you and could make that work. Depends. These are questions to get asked at the time of the meeting. And then number 3 is long-term focus. Long-term focus. Melissa says, excited for brand prov. Me too. Peter says, quick question. An agent found me on Instagram. This is a Facebook question for those of you wondering, because I know the comments come in from all the places, except for Instagram. But I've got YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, all in one place, which is really cool. Thanks, Restream. Peter at Facebook says, an agent found me on Instagram, requested to follow me, but I haven't been able to find their roster online. Does this mean the agent is interested in me because I'm castable for them? Peter, I have no idea. If you can't find their roster online, they're not an agent. Agents have IMDb pages. The agency has a company profile on IMDb. And also, if they are brand new and don't yet have a roster up on IMDb Pro, make sure you're looking at the Pro version of the website where you're able to look up all the companies. Then make sure that they are ATA accredited, which is the Association of Talent Agencies, because that's a requirement. If you are a union member, you cannot sign with a talent agent that is, they either have to be franchised, even though the franchise agreement has lapsed almost 20 years ago now. So we're working off a very old, fractured, maybe 15 years ago, talent agreement with the agency, between agencies and the union. But if they agree to that old version, you're clear. Otherwise, they have to be operating off a GSA, which is a General Services Agreement that is approved by SAG, and it has to be SAG-AFTRA, and it has to be they have to be members of the ATA. So that's really easy to check. April says, when you say long-term focused, are you saying that even if they don't sign you, it's about finding a way to stay in touch? Yesterday, you mentioned filling holes on the resume and getting back in touch after at another time. April over at Facebook asking this. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. Because if you're meeting with an agent and that agent says, gosh, I'm really crazy about you, but you just don't have enough credits for me to be able to help you the way you need this next season. Or I see a conflict on the roster or whatever stopper you're given. If you're given a not now, but you like each other and it's clear that, wow, there's something here, then your follow-up is, great, tell me how to stay in touch. How often do you want to hear from me? As I'm building toward filling in that gap, as I'm getting those other credits, as I'm rounding out my training or whatever that fill in the blank was. How do you want me to stay in touch? Because I can follow up, every 6 months. If they're like, no, once you have that new footage, email me. Like, find out there in the meeting so that your follow-up doesn't feel like an imposition. You're not worried that you're bugging them. You're following up in exactly the way they said they would like to be followed up. And you're taking them at their word. You're trusting them that when they say that they want you to follow up because it's a not now, that you then are able to follow up. But find out what they prefer. Like, if you were in a meeting with me and I said, I don't have anything for you, but man, you're adorable and I know I want to work with you at some point, you then ask, how do we stay in touch? And then I would go, I'm all over social media. Show up in the comments of the stuff that I do. I'll see you. I will see you. We're staying in touch just like that. And then you show up. Because I'm letting you know this is how to reach me. Somebody DM'd me yesterday with like this master's thesis list of question, and I replied because I'm going to reply to the DM. But the reply was, I don't do inbox coaching. I don't do inbox coaching for my paying clients. I sure as shit am not going to do inbox coaching for randos. No offense, randos. I love y'all. I don't know you. We're not under contract because in the state of California, you have to do a contract with me in order to be coached or taught. That's California AB 1319. It is the law. And so you can't do business with people in showbiz in any kind of let me coach you about your creative career. And that includes craft coaching, it includes getting your headshots done, includes your stylist, all of that without AB 1319 and me having a $50,000 bond on with the state, which I do. So already I can't coach you. I could do things like this where you show up for some free training and you ask a question in the comments and in front of everybody. I can use it as a teaching moment for everyone, but that's different. If we were in a one-on-one coaching situation, we would do that. But so that's what I tell people. Reach out on social. I'm very accessible. But that doesn't mean that you get to turn me into your inbox coach because I don't do that. Kim says, do the work, everyone. It pays off. Opportunity to talk with a second agent for the Atlanta market the other day. Knowing how to go about it ninja style made it so worth it. Kim, that is awesome. I love that. Stephanie at Facebook says, assuming this is a hell yes rep, you've done the research. It doesn't come up organically in the meeting. When's an appropriate time to discuss any no lines we may have? It's not a leading topic of conversation, of course, but it's something that comes up toward the end of a good meeting after an offer is made. Yeah, Stephanie, I think a no-line conversation is important if those no-lines are a big deal for you. And for those who are like, I don't know what a no-line is, we'll have the team put a link in the Facebook version of the comments. But if you just Google know your no line, so no with a K, your no line, and my name, you'll find it. I've written about this. Knowing your no line is so important because if you don't know your no line, you are going to have to negotiate decisions as everything comes up. And it's like if you're a vegetarian, you know your no line includes I won't do commercials for Burger King. If you're sober, you know your no line includes I won't be the spokesperson for Jim Beam. And, no offense to these brands that I'm singling out. It's like if you are anti-fur, you are more likely to be a spokesperson for PETA than you will go to the Met Gala dressed head to toe in a designer's fur or leather. So, the knowing your no line and making sure your team is aware of your no line is important because there are going to be questions like, will you do nudity or will you work off the card? You're a union member who worked really hard to get that union eligibility and membership, and the strength in the union is in saying yes to union projects and no to non-union projects once you've joined the union. You had all the time you were in pre-union stage to do all the non-union projects of your dreams, and now you're ready to do no more non-union work. And if you've got an agent who says, oh, no, we want you to work off the card, we're going to submit you on this high-paying non-union thing, you got to know where your no line stands with that. Because there's no one right answer, but you know what's right for you. You're welcome, Maria. It is absolutely my pleasure. Patricia wants to know, is there an average length of time for first-time contracts? In general, Patricia, this question's from YouTube. In general, Patricia and everyone, your talent contract with an agency is going to be 1 year. And your contract with a talent manager is going to be 3 years because it usually takes a manager a little bit longer to see the results of the work that y'all are doing together. So they do a longer contract. And there will almost always be an out clause in your contract especially for the agency, because the agents are licensed by the state and bonded as well, just like I am, because that's in the state of California in particular, but New York as well. There are some very clear rules and guidelines for the way the entertainment industry professionals are licensed to work together, and that's for your protection. So you want that. And you want people who are happy to be protected and bonded and licensed and fingerprinted if working with children. Like these are all good things. So anybody who's like, oh, there's so much red tape to be in this business. It's like, oh my God, it's a fucking business. Of course there's red tape. It's a business. It's a bajillion-dollar business. Duh. So if you're in a contract that's approved by the union, which of course in the state you would be, it's going to also include a 90-day out clause. And that means for agents, if you do not book anything within 90 days of signing with them, on day 91, you can terminate the contract just on that. So, I mean, even if you're getting tons of auditions, if you're not booking, you can move on. So if you've decided, oh, wow, after 90 days with this agency, I am aware this is not okay, the contract already has in it that out clause. And it should. If it doesn't, then it's not an agency that you're allowed to work with as a union member in the state of California at the very least. Melissa says, I've noticed some agents' website, they don't show a roster, but on IMDb they have hundreds. It's a little confusing. Melissa, that's all about spin. That is, IMDb is telling you the true story of all the people they rep, but not necessarily all, because sometimes they also rep people who are not yet on IMDb, or they don't link the people that they're repping on IMDb, and the actor doesn't notice, so they don't make a fuss about it. So usually what's on IMDb for the roster is closer to correct, and what's on their website is, it's just like your resume. It's a marketing tool. Your resume is a marketing tool, which is why I told you don't worry about keeping up with all the credits that are on IMDb. IMDb keeps up with everything. You have the recipe for how to cast you next on your resume. So same thing for the agents. The agents have the version of you, the version of themselves that they want you to see on their website, which is, we're a lean roster. We're a boutique agency. You go over to IMDb and go, you rep 1,000 people minimum. Because I'm sure there's more than this, because I could see it from the breakdown side of things. It's always more than it is on IMDb. Yes, Sarah, I don't do nudity is a no line. You're welcome, Patricia. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I was so proud of myself that we were going to get this done in 30 minutes, and here we are at 38. So we're going to call it done. We're going to call it done, you beautiful people. I'm taking tomorrow off from going live for SMF May. So please head over to bonniegillespie.com/20 to make sure that you have applied for the scholarship. I'm going to spend probably the rest of this afternoon watching some videos for the scholarship entries. They're so much fun, you guys. Thank you for shooting those videos and entering the scholarship contest to join us for SMFA Summer School with 100 days of free training. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. If you're like, I need this 100 days of training, I want to do this kind of stuff, and yes, scholarship, I'll apply for it too, please go over to bonniegillespie.com/20. Enroll. Join us in the dojo. We're already doing the work. And then we kick off the live program June 1st. And we do the live Q&A calls every 10 days as a part of the 100-day membership, all through to September 8th. It's an incredible summer together. I love it. And I hope you'll be joining me. And if not this time, that's cool. Join us some other time. But we do close registration on May 31st. So if you've been thinking about doing the 100 days and you're not quite sure of the timing, please just know that you're going to lose your chance to enroll for a while, because we do close it to focus solely on folks who are enrolled in the live round for SMFA Summer School. So all the information. Oh, Nadine, it's not a day off from stuff. It's a day off from going live. I got a very busy day, but thank you. I will enjoy my time off camera. Definitely will do that. And I'll be back with y'all on Tuesday for some brand prov. So till then, keep posting your comments in the replay at Facebook. Keep doing the work. I'm very proud of you guys. You're showing up. You're aware this is a business you're running. Katie says, I'm so fucking excited to do the live round. Every time I do it, stuff resonates in a new way. Katie, me too. Even as the facilitator for it, there's so much I get out of that interactivity. And there are moments that I go, ooh, that's an even better way to say that. And I'll go in and edit the course to include that yes and that comes up during the interactive part of things. I love it. Becky's crossing her fingers for the scholarship. Cool. Make sure, hey, you can't win if you don't enter. So everybody get off your butt, self-tape your your submission for the scholarship. And of course, I will see y'all around in the comments at Facebook. Thank you for watching wherever you tuned in today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until next time, Stay ninja! Love you, beautiful people. This was awesome.